What's up, guys? Tyler, welcome back to a brand new video. And this will be my Deadpool 3 thoughts video. So as always, let's get into it. So in this video, I thought I'd talk about what I think about the cameo list and what's to be expected in Deadpool 3. So starting off with the number one thing that I heard about, I want to say a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks, whatever the time frame is. So I heard that Ben Affleck was spotted on the set of Deadpool 3. So I'm thinking to myself, interesting. And apparently, a lot of the X-Men cast members from the original 2000s X-Men movies are coming back to be in that movie, including Hugh Jackman. We already know that, Hugh Jackman. Halle Berry, she has her hair dyed silver or white. So that can only mean one thing: she's coming back as Storm. And I also did hear that the 2005 Fantastic Four cast might be making cameos in there too. I heard that Chris Evans has been spotted on the set. I think, I'm not entirely sure about, but that's what I heard. So take that with a grain of salt. But I basically heard that Deadpool 3 is supposed to be adapting the House of M storyline and also the Deadpool breaks the Marvel Universe storyline. But in this case, it'll be breaking the Fox Marvel Universe. So my thoughts on this are very positive, and growing up as a kid, these are the movies that I grew up with. Obviously, not all of them were considered good and all that, or stuff like that. Like, I loved the Daredevil movie. The director's cut is way better. You guys know this. I did a video on that. I loved Ben Affleck's Daredevil movie, and I'm just glad to see him come back as Daredevil. That's amazing, and I love to see him Daredevil and Avengers Secret Wars. That would be something amazing. And if he cameos in Deadpool 3, then I think it's safe to say that he'll cameo in Avengers Secret Wars, because I would love to see his Daredevil alongside Tobey's Spider-Man and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. That would just be a dream come true to me, because back then when I was a kid, I kind of thought that these characters like in their own universe before the MCU even started. So I was kind of like to think about that. When I was a kid, I had the action figures of all those movies when they came out back in the day. I'd always put them together, and one day hope that they would be in a movie together. So, again, back to the rest of the Fox movies. The 2005 Fantastic Four, I really hope the whole cast shows up. I thought that Jessica Alba made a good Sue Storm. I thought that Chris Evans made a decent Johnny Storm, and I do not remember the names of the other two cast members, but I really thought that the whole cast did a great job with their roles. Even Doctor Doom. You know, some people say that that's a misrepresentation. To me, I think it's a great interpretation of the origin, because the 2015 Fantastic Four movie, that was just god awful. The origin had nothing to do with quantum physics, and to me, they were so young. They looked like the age of Spider-Man, so I thought that was kind of weird. And some people say that the best interpretation was the 1994 Arm Release movie. Now, I've seen that movie only once, so I cannot say much about it. I don't remember that movie very well. I do know that one of the reasons why they made it was so that that company at the time could keep the rights, which is kind of BS. And I heard this documentary about it somewhere out there on DVD. But anyway, I think that the 2005 Fantastic Four movie was a great interpretation of the origin. It's what you expect, and coming off of Spider-Man, Daredevil, Spider-Man 2, Hulk, X-Men, X-Men 2, I thought it was just great to see Marvel make movies about a lot of the big characters, because these are characters are the ones I heard about growing up, because I got into them from like anime series and stuff like that. So I already knew about Spider-Man. I knew about Daredevil from the anime series, from Spider-Man anime series, Fantastic Four, X-Men, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, all around the same time, around that same time frame. Knew about them before the movies even came out. The Avengers, I knew about them uh, in 2006. That's how I got into the Avengers, from the Ultimate Avengers animated movies. And then later, I slowly did research on who's in the Avengers team and stuff like that. So, but anyway, so now let's get into the X-Men cast. So, Patrick Stewart already showed up as a variant of Professor X, which that was pretty cool. For the X-Men cast, I'm hoping to see if anyone makes a cameo, Halle Berry, that would be awesome. Hugh Jackman, we already know we're getting that. Ian McKellen, I would love to see him back as Magneto. James Marsden, I would love to see him back as Cyclops. Because to me, his character did not get the justice it deserved. He got killed off X-Men 3. Well, which I found out that it was a decision that was made because of his character in Superman Returns. So, I found out that recently watching the Superman Returns special features. Well, actually, no, I was watching a video on YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty obvious because his character was in Superman Returns more than he was in X-Men 3. So, but I would love to see him return as Cyclops. A lot of the actors, I do not know their names or their character roles, so I'm just going to say the actor for that. So, I would love to see the actor of Jean Grey return, the 2000s cast. I would love to see Kelsey Grammer as Beast back. That would be interesting. And that's basically about it. And I just can't believe this is happening. If all this is true, then I'm very excited. Something like this, if this would have happened like 10 years ago, I don't think that they would announce stuff like that, because now we live in a digital world nowadays where, well, yeah, digital, but we live in a world nowadays where there's scoopers everywhere and they got their phones and they're taking pictures and videos of everything. That's how we know about this stuff. 10 years ago, probably not. It's not as bad as it is now. So, but something like this, me personally, I would have kept it under wraps. That way, when the movie comes out, you see people's reactions in the theaters. So, and me personally, I hope we don't see any set photos of these cast members for Deadpool 3. I really hope we don't see any set photos, because I want to see them come out in the theater in Deadpool 3. So, I'll love to see set photos after that and the corresponding scenes on Blu-ray. Stuff like that I'd love to see. But I heard if Ben Affleck's Daredevil show up, I heard that it's probably a small role, and I really hope after this, all these characters come back. I would love to see them in Avengers Secret Wars. I would love to see them in Secret Wars. That would just be amazing, because I'm not surprised that this is happening, because Kevin Feige was a producer on a lot of the early Marvel movies. So he's the man behind the scenes, behind all of those movies. So that's cool. I would love to see Jennifer Garner as Elektra back too. That would be awesome, even though her movie was crappy. And Aviar Rudd, everyone knows who he is. Very a controversial figure in the Marvel Universe. But producer behind a lot of the early Marvel movies too. He even admitted that they rushed Elektra. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, yeah, it's kind of obvious. But I would love to see her back as Elektra, because she pulled it off great in Daredevil. what can't tell in every movie, it was garbage basically. So I'm excited to see Ben Affleck's Daredevil come back. The 2005 Fantastic Four cast and the early 2000s X-Men cast, and hopefully later down the road other characters show up like Wesley Snipes' Blade and Secret Wars, Thomas Jane's Punisher. I recently watched a video on him and he said that he loved playing the Punisher. He said he had no regrets, and I didn't even know this, but they released a short back in 2012 called Laundry Day, if I remember correctly, and it was him back as the Punisher protecting this kid. I was just like, wow, he's still got it. So I'm like, why do we not get a sequel for this? So if they bring back his Punisher for Secret Wars, that would just be awesome. I would love to see him alongside John Berthal's Punisher, and they're actually in the video together. They were at a shooting range, shooting guns. So I thought that was pretty cool, seeing both Punishers together. That was awesome. So I think that he will come back for sure. Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, that's a different story, but I would love to see him back as Ghost Rider. All the early Marvel movies, all the cast members from all those movies, I would love to see come back if they can do it. If not, then if they have most of them, that's awesome. So I would just think that would be something cool to see. As as a fan, I would love to see that because I love a lot of the early Marvel movies, the early uh the early X-Men movies, the 2005 Fantastic Four, Ang Lee's Hulk. There's some good movies, some bad movies, but the casting was good. Of course, Daredevil. Love Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Uh, what's his Snipes' Blade. Nick Cage's Ghost Rider. Thomas Jane's Punisher. A lot of those characters, I thought that they did good with their roles. So, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me guys know what you guys think, and let me know who you want to see show up in Deadpool 3 from the Fox Marvel cast. So, that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.